TNA wrestling across the line again, and Victory Road has just gone off the air. There was some changes. There was a lot of stuff that went down. Prediction wise, for me, it was a little bit iffy. So yeah, I've had some correct ones and some incorrect ones, and matches that didn't even happen. First things first, the pre-show started with Kushida and Leon Slater in what was a really fast-paced open match. As you can imagine, when you've got Kushida and Leon Slater, some really good action to kick off the pre-show at Victory Road. Leon Slater continues to show why he's one of the most sought-after prospects in wrestling, and TNA are very, very lucky to have Leon Slater. Kushida, as always, exciting in the ring as well. And these two put on such a great opener. However, I was wrong in my prediction. I went with Leon Slater, the youngest in charge, but it was Kushida who hit a Spanish fly into the armbar and then hit the mousetrap and the tap out victory. So Leon Slater taps out against Kushida in this match. Very good match. Great opening contest. What you would kind of be synonymous with TNA with. It was an X Division showcase, to say the least. And the X Division champion, whoever that may have a Kushida problem and could also in the future certainly have a Leon Slater problem. Kudos to both of those guys. Next one, Hammerstone and Jake Something. Eric Young and Macklin, hard hitting affair. This one, it was, yeah, you got these some veteranish guys in the ring. Hammerstone has got just everything that you need in a wrestler. I mentioned that on the TNA review of Impact this past week. Go check that out. But these four even started before the bell with a brawl, and it just kind of summed up what you were going to get out of this match. A hard hitting slobber knocker of a brawl with these four guys. There was some great action in this as well. Let's remember, this is the absolute pre-show. This was the pre-show to Victory Road. So this wasn't even on the pay-per-view. And these guys were going at it like absolutely everything. And the void from Jake Something gets the free count on Macklin in this. And, you know, what a great tag team match. These four guys, title aspirations. Don't forget, the next show, Bound for Glory in October. There is, you know, and these four guys want the championship or at least a shot at a championship. That is for certain. And you can't really, you know, put it away. Well, you can't really forget that Jake Summing and Hammerstone in the title picture. After a big win like this, we'll see what happens as we go on the road to Bound for Glory. But Jake Something and Hammerstone, big tag team win at the end of the pre-show for Bound for Glory. Now, what way can you kick off Victory Road? You've got the crowd on a high. You put on two stellar matches. How do you kick off Victory Road? Of course you do. You kick it off with Matt and Jeff, the Hardys, against First Class, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. The crowd went absolutely crazy for Matt and Jeff, as you can imagine. They were very much fan favorites in this. The crowd loved them. And I said this past week on TNA that their match that they had with the system was a typical Hardy style tag match. And they carried on that mantra with this match with a First Class. And I absolutely, again, I'm a big fan of Casey Navarro's work. I said this on Impact that TNA needs to sign him. He done a great job on this. The crowd were crazy. The crowd were loud. It was sold out. TNA's highest attendance, I think, in America for ages. Anyway, the Hardys and First Class put on an action-packed opener. Again, it was your typical Hardy match. They start strong, they get a kick in the hot tag. It happens again, you know, and as you can imagine, that is how the match went as well. Really solid tag match for this. Jeff and Matt Hardy, win the match. They have their usual twist of fate, swanton bomb for the victory in this. And Matt and Jeff roll on from there. They want the tag team titles against whoever the tag team titles champions may ever be. We'll find out again. That match is coming up pretty soon on the Victory Road review, and we'll get into that very, very shortly. But Matt and Jeff victorious against First Class, and they go on. Well, they've got the tag team gold in their sights. Speaking of gold, we turn to our first title defense of the evening. Zachary Wentz, X Division champion against Speedball Mike Bailey. The former champion Zachary Wentz winning it in the Ultimate X match at Emergence. Wow, great match! The X Division in TNA is just the epitome of some fantastic wrestling. And anytime an X Division match, a showcase, a title match is on, you are always glued to your seat. Zachary Wentz from the Rascals, you know how exciting they are. They are fantastic as a team. They are fantastic as a single, and you can see it on here with this showcase. Speedball Bailey with the kicks and the speed and the action that he brings as well. It was an incredible match. A lot of times in this match, though, Zachary Wentz did lose his cool a bit during it, and you could see that maybe Bailey was getting into his head because there was a lot of 2 counts, and Bailey kept getting the shoulder up and kicking out, and it was really kind of affecting Zachary. So maybe he got into Wentz's head, and near the end, funnily enough, of this match, he goes for the UFO cutter. Bailey counters and then hits the flamenco driver out of the corner for the win, and Speedball Bailey regains the X Division Championship from Zachary Wentz, literally only a few weeks after losing it in the Ultimate X match. But Zachary Wentz maybe only has himself to blame in this, because there was a few times where he just lost his cool in this match, and perhaps that is what cost him the X Division Championship. Am I a fan of quick title changes? No, I am not a fan of quick title changes, but we'll see where this takes us. As I said, it is Bound for Glory coming up, and we're on that road to Bound for Glory right now after Victory Road. But Mike Bailey beats Zachary Wentz and regains the X Division Championship. Interesting times in the X Division. We was meant to get Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander versus PCO and Rhino. This match didn't happen. Steph DeLander took the mic and announced that she needed neck surgery, and the match would not happen. Obviously, this is a bad time for Steph DeLander. She obviously points out that she had her issues with Matt Cardona, but she wouldn't be in the situation that she's in without him. She points out that she never was going to expect to find love in TNA, and she did so with PCO. And, she's going to have to go away. And it's not a goodbye. It is, I'll see you later. It's a difficult one. It really is a difficult one. Steph DeLander didn't know she needed neck surgery. She did hug and kiss PCO. She exits the ring. Interestingly enough, though, PCO walked Steph to the back, and as Rhino goes to leave, Cardona kicks the ropes and hits the radio silence on Matt Cardona, on Rhino. Steph DeLander, hopefully wish her well. She has her neck surgery and she'll be all okay. I kept saying is all as it seems there. And obviously we don't want to say that it's not. So we want to wish Steph DeLander well, and hopefully she gets a speedy recovery from the surgery and we see her back in Impact Wrestling soon. Now, there was a change. So we had a match that didn't happen, and now we had a match with high stakes, but it had a change. So it was meant to be Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich defending the Knockouts Tag Team Championships against Spitfire, Danny Luna, and Joey Fred, with the stipulation being if Spitfire wasn't successful, they would have to split as a team, and that was my pick. if you remember rightly, and if you've watched my review, you will know that. However, Alicia Edwards wasn't cleared to compete tonight, so her place was taken by Tasha Steelz, and it kind of like Tasha Steelz is really good in the ring, and I really enjoy watching Tasha compete. The thing is, when it's not a team that's together, you kind of have that bit of I don't know what the word is. They're not. It's not like a proper team, is it? You know, where like Spitfire, they're not a proper tag team, but they've been together long enough. They've got to know each other's move sets, how they work, and they can work as a team quite together. When you've had somebody that has just literally been not thrown in, but one's not been able to compete, so they've had to bring in somebody else. The team of Masha and Tasha was never gonna I don't think have that. Well, it's never going to have the same continuity as Alicia and Masha. That is for certain. So I feel as if this, yeah, it kind of affected the match from a chemistry standpoint because the chemistry from one side just wasn't there. Obviously, Spitfire had that chemistry. It was still a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was still very exciting. Spitfire, Danny Luna, you know, really good in the ring. I'm looking forward to seeing Danny to be more of a single, but at the moment it's a tag team unless they lose this match. But nevertheless, it just didn't quite work without Alicia there at ringside. For me, anyway, at least for me. And Spitfire did indeed pick up the tag team championships on this. Danny Luna and Jody Fret are now tag team champions again. The team, however, though, there is a team that did break up after this, and it's not who you would think. Alicia Edwards gets in Slamovich's face after this match and scolds her for losing the titles. She calls her a loser and slaps her. Now, as she gets ready to fight back, Tasha Steelz lays out Masha Slamovich and poses with Alicia Edwards. So Masha Slamovich out the door in terms of teaming. It looks like it's going to be now Alicia and Tasha going forward in the women's tag division. But Danny Luna and Jody Fret win the tag team championship, knockouts tag team championships. Again, fantastic news. Good, and congratulations to Danny and Tasha. Joe Hendry, fresh after his latest video against the never smiling Josh Alexander. This match was a technical, a lot of standing, a lot of ground type match. It was it was quite intense at times between these two. And you know, you can tell that Joe Hendry is one of the hottest guys in the business right now. Not just even in TNA, in the business. The crowd erupted. But with Alexander, it was just like so good. As I said, the way the match changed from technical to ground to brawling, there wasn't much high flying in this at all. There was a little bit here and there, but this was more of a straight up, you know, wrestling match with all the bits and pieces that you would imagine with Josh Alexander working on. However, there was a ref bump during this match, and Alexander did tap out to the ankle lock after Hendry gets to the ropes. So Joe Hendry was in the ankle lock from Alexander. He gets to the ropes, breaks the hold. He then puts Alexander in an ankle lock, and the ref didn't see it, which was quite an interesting bit. The referee finally gets back up in this match, and Hendry locks in another ankle lock. And this time, Alexander does tap, and the referee sees it. And Joe Hendry wins the match via tap out. It was a fun match. As I said, it was a definite one where you saw, I would say, a lot more of the ground side of wrestling, a lot of standing and striking more than the match that we're going to see in a minute, where it's got a little bit more high flying into it, with the guys are obviously more high flying in nature. But Joe Hendry picks up a huge win over Josh Alexander and goes on now, as I said before, we keep saying it, the road to Bound for Glory. Is it Bound for Glory for Joe Hendry? We will wait and see. System in tag team action. We're next against Bullet Club ABC. Alicia Edwards did go to the ring with the system in this, and Chris Bay's ribs are taped up from this week's Impact one with First Class. These four guys are just brilliant. I mean, they was working on Chris Bay for quite a while on this. They tagged Ace Austin, and he's got that big ton of energy. And you know what you get with Bullet Club. It's exciting, it's fast paced, it's some great moves. There was just these four guys, and we talked about chemistry earlier and the importance of having two teams that can not only got great chemistry together, but have got great chemistry as individuals. This was exactly that, and the system and Bullet Club worked really well in this. The bit at the end of the match, Chris Bay was fighting back in. He was tagged back in. He was fighting back. Alicia Edwards grabs his ankle again via ringside and let the Boston Knee Party and the system once again. Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards are tag team champions. So we've had the Knockouts tag team titles away from the system. The TNA tag team titles, men's titles, are back in the system. Wow. Again, you have to thank Alicia Edwards, but the system are rebooting again and are now the tag team champions. What's next for Bullet Club? What's next for the system? We'll have to wait for Impact this coming Friday on the TNA Plus app. Go and get that downloaded. Watch it there. Watch it on AXS TV in America. Watch it on DAZN and AOZA TV over here in the UK. Knockouts Championship on the line now. NXT's Wendy Chu against Jordan Grace. They delivered a great knockouts match. This was fantastic. And again, the Juggernaut sit on her, path of destruction everywhere she goes in TNA at the minute. This is brilliant. Wendy Chu, the sort of now we're very sort of Rosemary-ish like Wendy Chu, and obviously they are sort of together in currently in NXT and TNA. But they delivered such a great knockouts title match. I really enjoyed this one. And there was a couple of close falls from Wendy Chu in this as well. And you're thinking, wow, are we actually going to crown an NXT knockouts champion in this? But no. There was one bit, though. There was a package suplex from Jordan Grace, and it Chu landed on her head. It looked scary, but seemingly she's okay from what we hear, but it did look vicious. And then after that, the Juggernaut driver plants Wendy Chu, and we have still got the Knockouts champion that is Jordan Grace. Congratulations. However, celebrations are cut short as Jordan Grace was celebrating with her family at ringside. Rosemary appeared, speared Jordan Grace. Wendy Chu slapped in the sleeper, and she puts Jordan Grace to sleep, and they crawl back out of the ring. So maybe unfinished business there. Does Jordan Grace need a partner to help? Is Rosemary next in line for the Knockouts Championship? So much stuff going on right now in TNA. You'll be mad not to miss it. Now, main event time. It was Nick Nemeth. It was Moose. It was TNA World Championship time. And this is going to be awesome. Frankie Kazarian joined the commentary team in this match. He gave Ray World a scarf, which Matt really liked, and he threw a lot of Honey Fan stuff off the desk, which typical Kazarian. This main event was crazy. There was a lot of Moose using the strength, the power, Nemeth trying to use the quickness and the veteranish like work that he does. In a great main event on this. But it was definitely, Moose was dominated for long periods of this match, which is kind of how a Nick Nemeth match goes. Dominating a lot of it. There was a big power bomb from Moose as well. There was so much going on. Moose caught then power bombed him on the apron, which looked nasty as well. Now, it wouldn't be a match without the system, right? And that is exactly what happened. The system finally get into well, there was a bit where actually before that, Moose Power, another power bomb through the timekeeper's table, and it literally just scattered everywhere. It was crazy. But then as Nemeth was fighting back from that, he head to the top rope. JDC, Alicia Edwards run down. Moose comes in again and recovers, gets to his feet. Now, after a little bit more, that Alicia threw the title into the ring. JDC attacks the ref. Moose was going to use it, but before he done that, Mike Santana appeared out of nowhere and takes the title out of Moose's hands. As JDC goes over to deal with him, they trade shots and they pour out to the back. Nemeth hits the danger zone and kicks out. Moose kicks out of the danger zone. Incredible end on this as well. But they were going to get it. They were going for another danger zone. Myers and Edwards come out, yank the referee out before he counts to 3. As the ref was going to call for a DQ, Nemeth said, "No, I'm a fighting champion. I'm not going to let you do it." But he did allow them to eject Myers and Edwards out of ringside. However, as he's doing that, JBL comes out and absolutely decimates Myers and Edwards with some clotheslines from hell. They were brutal, guys. You need to go and watch it. They were absolutely crazy as they were injected. And then just as we finish it, Danger Zone picks up the victory for Nick Nemeth. What a pay-per-view for TNA. They are constantly delivering quality shows. You need to go and check them out on the TNA Plus app. Get it downloaded. Watch it on AXS TV. Watch it on DAZN. Watch it on AXS TV. But TNA Plus app is the place to be. Victory Road goes off the air. Nemeth holding the championship high. What is next as we're on the road for Bound for Glory? We'll find out this week on TNA. But guys, check us out. HTT Buckle on Twitter. HTT Buckle on YouTube. Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast on Instagram. Until next time, everybody, catch your breath. We're back with a SmackDown review very, very shortly on the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast.